It's no secret that I like Fuji cameras. And if you're here, you probably like Fuji cameras too. I mean, who doesn't enjoy a nice freshly squeezed glass of Fuji Juice? Merch link in description. Today isn't your typical camera comparison where I set up both cameras with the same exact shots and analyze, scrutinize how each of the cameras look compared to each other. This video is gonna be a conversation between you, me, and Fuji. I've had the XT4 since it came out, and recently Fuji was kind enough to send me the X100V to test out for a while, just to play with for a few weeks. I didn't expect to love the X100V, but after taking it out on a lovely evening street photography session, it finally clicked for me why people love these little cameras. So let's talk about which flavor of Fuji Juice might be best for you. There are actually quite a bit of similarities between the XT4 and the X100V, so we're going to talk a little bit about how these two cameras compare and a few differences as well. For starters, both of these cameras share the exact same 26.1 megapixel APS-C sensor, the X-Trans4. The XT4 has built-in IBIS stabilization, and it's actually pretty solid. It's definitely not the best in the game. Sony a7S III, still the best in my opinion. But it is usable, and it's definitely nice to have as an extra tool in your toolkit. The X100V does not have any stabilization. Obviously, the Fuji X-T4 has an interchangeable lens mount. The X mount, it's a beautiful thing. You can get adapters to put EF lenses, full frame lenses. You can do tons of different lens options for the X-T4, which makes it really appealing for video, in my opinion. Speaking of which, we're shooting on the X-T4 and the X100V at the same time. I'm not gonna tell you which one's which. We can maybe reveal that at the end for a little, just for a little bit of fun. The video coming out of the X-T4 is absolutely beautiful. It shoots F-Log, 4K DCI, all the way up to 60 frames per second, and it looks amazing in my opinion. But to my surprise, the X100V also shoots in F-Log, DCI, 4K, up to 30 frames per second, which is really freaking impressive for a tiny camera. But this video isn't entirely about video, it's kind of more about photography, but I figured I'd just sprinkle that little magic dust in there for you, just in case you didn't know. And the X100V has a built-in 23mm f2 lens, and it's beautiful. It's a nice flat little pancake lens, makes it great for travel. The X-T4 is $1,700 USD brand new, where the X100V is $1,400 brand new. But this video isn't about the specs. It's about how the cameras feel when you're using them. It's about that sweet, sweet juice. I love my X-T4, but I don't find myself naturally just taking it out into the field when I go to shoot a video for another project or something. I have to come up with a shoot plan for me to really get the X-T4 in my hands. But the X100V is a totally different story. Taking this camera downtown the other day helped me realize why people love these cameras. I wasn't a believer before, but I think I'm a believer now. They're fun to shoot on. They're just fun to use. Me and my buddy Connor went downtown Nashville last night, and we loaded up some JPEG film recipes on our Fuji cameras. He had the X-T4, I had the X100V. And if you don't know what a film recipe is, I'll just explain that really quick. By the way, this is not sponsored. I just think it's cool and I wanted to share it. Fuji X Weekly is a website. They also have an app. And on there, they have different film recipes where basically you take their settings and you alter the JPEG film simulations in your camera. And then you have this really cool film stock looking JPEG film sim that you can go shoot on. And there's a ton of different simulations, a bunch of different looks to suit whatever your eyeballs enjoy. I chose to shoot in a version of Kodak 160, and I also decided that I was just gonna shoot in JPEG, not JPEG and RAW. It's nice that you can do both, but I wanted to experience that feeling of once you click the shutter, that's the photo. I'm not gonna edit them in post. What I shoot is what I get, and it just made the experience really rewarding. Now, obviously, you can do the exact same thing with the X-T4. You can load up a film recipe, go shoot in JPEG and not do any editing. But I have to admit, shooting with the X100V after I've shot with the X-T4 a bunch of street sessions and stuff like that, the X100V just gave me a sense of freedom and simplicity. For starters, the camera is tiny, and when you're going out in public to photograph people, having a low profile, stealthy, tiny camera is really convenient for just kind of flipping the camera up and taking some quick snapshots without anybody even noticing. Honestly, it kind of looks like a tourist camera. It's got that fancy film looking outer shell, but it's small, low profile, and it just makes shooting in public really fun. My buddy Connor, on the other hand, had the XT4, and he was adapting the Sigma 50 to 100 1.8 with the Fringer adapter to the camera, and that was just a really beefy setup. Luckily, he's really talented, so he's still got a bunch of really cool shots, and he had a longer lens, so he could kind of do some sniper maneuvers, you know? It looked a lot like me in Halo 3, honestly. All that being said, we just had a good time going out and shooting with our Fuji cameras, and to me, that's what Fuji Juice is all about. So which camera do you think is best for you in your situation? Well, for me, the XT4 is an amazing all-arounder camera. It shoots beautiful high dynamic range video footage, also amazing photos, and I've used it on a bunch of different sets, a bunch of variety of shoots. Music videos, wedding films, YouTube videos, photo shoots, shooting thumbnails for YouTube videos. It's really an amazing hybrid camera. I still think it's one of the best bang for buck hybrid cameras on the market today. Honestly, it makes me stoked to see what they do with the XT5. Let's hope for 4K 120, please, with no overheating. Keep it under $2,000. Have a good one. Also, I love the X100V. It totally unlocks that childhood sense of play and fun in me when it comes to photography, where I don't care about looking cool and having a big ass camera downtown. I just want to shoot some photos. I want to go out, make some memories with my friends, and have a camera companion there to help me document those memories. Luckily, the X100V is that camera companion. It's low profile and small and simple, but it also shoots really high quality photos. It feels like a professional camera, just bite-sized. Here's my basic advice to you. If you need a Swiss Army knife all-arounder camera, go with the Fuji X-T4. This camera right here. You see that? That's a little bit of a reveal. This video is pretty epic. And if you need a daily pocket camera that still punches above its weight class, but it makes things simple, fun, and freeing, go with the X100V. It's just so enjoyable to use, and it's so low effort when it comes to traveling with it and putting it in your pocket. There's no excuse. You just throw it in your pocket and you got it there, baby. You're ready to shoot. Actually, you know what? Ignore everything I've said. Just get both. If you have the money, get both. That's probably really bad advice. Don't spend money you don't have. You don't need every camera. Subscribe to join the camera camp. Text me when you get home. I love you. And we'll see you later. Have a good one.